Victorian police have arrested a man and a woman as they continue their investigation into the movements of fugitive gunman Dezi Freeman. Our reporter Ben Knight is covering this for us and joins us now from Melbourne. Hi Ben, what do you know?
Hi Lorna, a statement from police just a short time ago confirming that a man and a woman have been arrested. What it says is that they were arrested at two separate properties in northeast Victoria. We don't know where those properties exactly are, and that's a pretty broad area. It doesn't say, for example, whether one of the properties might have been in Pawnpunka, which is the town where last August, Dezi Freeman murdered two police officers who'd come to execute a warrant for historic sexual offence. It doesn't say if the property is in Follogalong or near Walwa, which is where he was shot dead on Monday morning. What we do know is that they are not members of Dezi Freeman's family. Now, police on Monday, obviously they'd been watching this property for some time after receiving a tip-off. They moved in overnight on Sunday night, and then after 3 hours of negotiation early Monday morning, it ended with around 8 Special Operations Group snipers shooting about 20 rounds into Dezi Freeman, who had emerged from a shipping container on the site carrying a weapon. One of the weapons, in fact, he'd stolen from one of the police officers that he killed. So police at that time were absolutely convinced that Dezi Freeman had been assisted by one or more likely more people between the time in Pawnpunka last August when he disappeared. And in fact, for some of that time that he was on the run, Victoria Police off the record was saying that they thought he was dead, but the investigation never stopped. It kept going, and as we know, last Monday they found out where he was. So police were always convinced that there was a network that had assisted him in staying on the run. It's a fairly significant distance between Pawnpunka, where the police officers were shot, and further into the northeast in Follogalong, where Dezi Freeman was shot dead. And I remember on I think the day after the shooting, speaking with the Chief Commissioner of Victoria Police, who was asked, did Dezi Freeman look malnourished? And the Chief Commissioner saying, not according to the photos he saw of Dezi Freeman's dead body, which of course just confirmed that he hadn't exactly been trying to scrape a living on his own off the land during those months on the run. So police were always convinced there was a network, and pretty much from the moment that Dezi Freeman died, they set about scouring that scene and working backwards to try to work out who had assisted him and how. And as you say, the news has just broken that the first arrests have been made, a man and a woman at two separate properties in northeast Victoria, not family members of Dezi Freeman, but associates of Dezi Freeman.